Hello, welcome. My name is Joy. I'm here to help you on your awakening journey. Just gonna see if how my live is doing. Let's see how the video is going. If you can see me, let me know. I'm just waiting to see if I can see myself. There we are. I'm just waiting to see if I can see myself. There we are. Awesome. There's a little bit of a delay and that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put my phone on D&D. Okay. Let's see if I can see that. 1 second. All right. So, hi, welcome. I wanted to do this live video about karma and share a little bit of information about it that I got from my guides to bring everybody up to date with the ascension process, because the law of karma, or the law of cause and effect, depends on how you were taught, is changing. It is a technology that is evolving. All right. In the future, we're not going to need karma anymore, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So for reference, I am using this book. It is a textbook. It was donated to me by a dear friend, and I'm just going to use it as a reference. The law of cause and effect is the expression of divine order in the universe. That is our justice, right? When the Bible talks about vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, right? That's what karma is. All right? That is, turning the cheek and letting God have vengeance on them. Because honestly, God can do way more damage than I ever could. So, it was kind of nice this time. My actual Facebook gave me a notification and everything, so it's better. So, continuing on here. Events experienced may be the result of past life actions, the result of our present behaviors, or experiences provided from higher planes of existence to teach us how to master our intellectual and emotional behaviors. I mean, the basic rule of karma, as Rat says, is what goes around comes around, right? And that basically says that if I hurt you, then some way, shape, or form, the universe is going to hurt me back. But also, if I help you, then the universe is also going to get me back for that as well, right? That's what karma is all about. That's what the law of cause and effect is about. It was taught to me from my guides, because I download a lot of information from my own personal guides. I haven't done a lot of studying, although I am going to share my notes from spiritual healing, and that's where I got that information. But yeah, so the law of karma is changing. 4:44 on the clock too. It is being upgraded. This is a technology that we are no longer going to have to use going forward in our ascension. And you probably have experienced a rapid, what are they trying to say? A rapid dissolvement, if that's even a word, a rapid dissolvement of karma in your life. And this is why, if you're like me, have experienced a lot of ups and downs. Life hasn't been great for me. All right. I came into an extremely karmic family. I've had to deal with extremely karmic relationships, and I've had to clear a lot of karma in this life, more than normal. And there's a reason for that. It's called ascension, right? So, the law of cause and effect may apply to long-term or short-term outcomes. Karma is an example of the manifestation of this law. Karma that is used to take lifetimes to come around now can appear within minutes following projected thought or word. Exactly. And you don't even have to do something. You just have to think it. Yeah. We're going to get into that. All right. So, I'm not reading the whole thing. I'm just reading the highlighted parts just so you're aware, okay? Let's see here. Okay. A common problem which leads to negative effect is that of living with unrealistic fears, anxieties, anger, melancholy, or worry. These are real emotions that we will experience, but if left attended, they can consume our minds, right? It's called depression, right? We have medical diagnosis for that, right? These are real emotions that we all experience, but if left attended, they can consume our minds. These mental and emotional states will generate consequences by drawing events to a person that continues to perpetuate these experiences. Now, you don't have to live out these thoughts. We can literally be stuck in a perpetual state of hell, self-created, because of our own thoughts, our own thinking. And so what we have to do is we have to start reprogramming our thoughts, right? We have to start giving ourselves positive affirmations. We have to start averting our negative thoughts and turning them into positive ones. What I've been doing to reprogram my mind, because I also was stuck in states of perpetual hell, because I decided to just continue the negative thinking and expecting negative results instead of allowing the negative to exist without judgment, accept it and let it go. And then we move on, because once you can accept it is what it is, all right, feel it, which is transmuting the emotion, and then we move on from that. And this is what I'm even teaching my children to do. So the technology of karma is basically evolving to basically not exist, all right? So I'm going to get into that because of our ascension. This is an ascension lifetime. So, I mean, if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. I'm not going to force my opinion or my teachings on anybody. So if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. I am not going to be offended. It's okay. You can just bypass. But what I'm discussing today is that the law of karma is changing to a point where it's not going to be necessary, because going forward, we're not going to have the negative emotions and just the negativity, right? Because we are lifting into 5D, right? We are ascending. So the law of karma, and my guides call it a technology, okay? And if you just understand that your body is a biological computer that can be programmed, that's all I'm talking about. Okay. So, what are some of the worst karmic choices a person can make? This is so important. I can't, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess it wasn't important. So, the worst kind of karmic choices a person can make. We're going to go with the top. I have 8. All right. First and foremost, choosing to hate the creator or reject the creator. And all I'm saying is, there is a creator. Okay? There's a creator of all things. We are a part of that creation. We are a part of that creator. We're both. We're also the creator, right? Because we can create with our energy in our hands. We're creators. We were created to be creators, is what my guides are saying. People that are denying that there is, I'm just saying, look, for myself, the power that brings the sun up every single day, regardless, I know the sun's going to come up every single day. I'm not going to get into the artificial sun stuff here. Not really. I have to be careful what I say about the sun. So the only thing I'm going to say about the sun on this platform is that no matter what, there is a sun out there and it rises every day and it sets every night. And I believe in that power. I have no control over that power, but I know that the sun's going to come up every day and it's going to set every night. I can trust that. And that's where I am. I start there. I trust that the sun's going to come up every single day, and that's the creator I believe in. All right? I don't really believe, I mean, there's multiple creators. I believe in multiple creators, but there's one prime creator. All right? So choosing to hate that or choosing to deny that creator exists. Number 1. Okay, number 2. Choosing to willfully be destructive towards yourself or others. Like, I got a visualization of all those groups of people that just run into like retail stores and cause havoc and chaos and leave. Yeah. Willful destruction towards self and others, because not only is that hurting other people, including children and elderly, right? By making things not available for them, by making the stores close down in their areas, which is happening all over, especially in San Francisco. I believe they're losing a whole bunch of stores, and all over, not just in California, but all over, because of people, trifling people. And it is harmful to themselves too, because it is dishonest and it is disrupting the karma on the self. All right. So number 3 is entertaining negative thoughts. Entertaining negative thoughts would be that cycle that we were talking about, where you get stuck in a state of perpetual hell by your thoughts, because you just start saying, or you're thinking, nothing ever gets better, right? Nothing ever gets better. So you, as the creator, with the creator energy, are going to continue to create that which you're thinking. So all the negative thoughts that you have, and believe me, not all of them are yours, okay? One thing about thoughts is they can be left over for someone else. They can be sent to you from other places. They can be sent to you from Wi-Fi, the television, other people, residual energy from like moving to from place to place. Like if you go to a store, there might be a thought form just kind of hanging out. And we are like antennas. Our antenna is here, our third eye. All right? That's where we get ideas from, from source. Now, it takes a lot of work to be attuned because you do get attuned to the voices and which voices are what energy belongs to what voice, etc. We are all telepathic, all right? Every single person on this planet is telepathic. We all have a third eye called the pineal gland. It has been under attack for a long time, but I'm not going to get into that either because I don't want to be shut down by the platforms. So, we have control over our thoughts. We can take control back over our thoughts. You know? We don't have to be stuck in a state of perpetual hell because of our thinking. Thinking nothing is going to work out. It never gets better. Everything sucks. Right? No. It doesn't. It's a choice that we're making. Okay? So, we can choose to stay stuck in that perpetual hell, which is a cycle, or we can start following up the negative thoughts with positive ones, saying positive affirmations, putting up protection, doing a clearing on our energy because we are energetic beings and our energy collects dust. I don't know what else to call it. Dust, sludge. But our energy requires maintenance. That means clearing and activating your chakras. We have an aura. We have an auric field. We have a torus field, and it's always constantly moving, okay? Constantly regenerating. What else? My guides are saying we're good on that one. But if you have any questions, please feel free to put the comments down or reach out to me or any of the trusted readers in the group. Or if you see me, if this is on my platform, not in a group, just reach out to me personally or just comment below, and I'm more than happy to answer questions or spend time with you. I don't have a problem doing consultations with people either. If I don't really require a deposit or anything for a consultation, but if I do spend time with you and help you, then a donation would be greatly appreciated, you know, because I do have no job and no husband paying for anything anymore, and I'm kind of on my own, so I do have to pay power, I have to pay gas, I have to pay for gasoline for my vehicle, my car insurance and stuff, and I need the assistance, so feel free. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4 is speaking in a foul or negative manner in front of others. Now, you may automatically think that, you know, fuck, shit, motherfucker, and all that. Not necessarily. And let me explain. I say it all the time. The reason I'm not going to get consequences for it is because of my intentions. My intentions are to speak my truth, however it comes out, with the purest intentions. All right. And also to transmute the words that I'm talking and speaking, because English was built on negative occult. Okay. So just like good morning. Why would we be mourning first thing in the morning? Right. It doesn't make sense. Right. It's kind of negative. So I set intentions to transmute everything negative that I say into positivity so that it comes back, because if you don't, then it is what it is. It just is what it is. So it's not just foul language. It's not just cursing, right? Which they call it cursing. They call it cursing for a reason. Putting curses on people, right? So when I say the potty mouth words, I am transmuting the negativity into positivity. I set that intention on purpose because I don't want to have to worry about what I say. I just want to be able to speak, get my point across, and help as many people as possible, period. All right? Whatever comes through my guides, my guidance, is what I want to share. All right? So, also, now, speaking in a foul or negative manner in front of others could be when somebody, like, loses their shit. Like, we see videos of Karens, and they seem to have no intent. Okay, it's like they're rambling and bitching and complaining about whatever they're dealing with, which is legitimate and they have a right to do so, but they just don't have a right to, verbally assault everybody. It's no. When you're verbally assaulting other people, that's going to come back. All right? Now, if they have it coming, that's different, okay? So I'm not talking about delivering karma when you need to. I'm not talking about sticking up for yourself, because you're going to stick up for yourself however you need to, whenever you need to. Whatever comes up, comes up. You know what? The people that you need to protect yourself from have it coming. If you have to protect yourself from somebody, then they have it coming, and whatever they get, they get. Whatever you say, you say. I wouldn't worry about it. All right. 5. Ignoring the ignoring the plight of those less fortunate. Ignoring the plight of the less fortunate. That means when someone is struggling emotionally, physically, psychologically, financially, and you're not helping, or you just ignore it, or you send bad energy towards it, you could see why that would be negative, right? Yeah. We don't want to ignore the less fortunate, okay? We want to help the less fortunate. Anybody homeless, it's like I'm basically describing how a person lives when their heart is closed as well. I mean, I'll get into that too, but so ignoring the plight of those less fortunate. That means not donating, not giving them food. If it's brought to your attention, okay? I'm not talking about going out of your way. I'm just talking about what's brought into your attention. You see them homeless on the end, at, at the end of the freeway on-ramp, right? They're standing there with the sign, and the thought comes to mind to give them something, and you don't do it. You're ignoring your inner guidance. That has consequences. That's what we're talking about. Okay? If you don't have it to give, don't worry about it. But everybody could use love. Everybody could use love. We need a lot more love in this world. All right. Number 6. Teaching, this goes without saying, but teaching or practicing dark arts. And the funny part about that part is that there's people in church right now thinking what I'm sharing is evil and bad and negative and satanic. My parents were one of them. So, that's not true. All right? Teaching or practicing dark arts would be taking advantage of somebody else's free will. All right? You don't want to mess with free will. Free will is a main universal law as well. And that kind of goes without saying. That's why I kind of didn't do one yet. I didn't do a video on that yet. But teaching or practicing the dark arts, of course, negative seances, negative intent with doing, there's a lot of people doing it right now too. And it's called Hollywood. Look into it. Anyways, teaching or practicing the dark arts. Number 6. So, number 7, willfully impeding the enlightenment and growth of another. Impeding somebody else's free will, again. So, if you are willfully impeding the enlightenment or growth of another, that is one of the worst types of karma. That would be like if you're in an abusive relationship. I'll just use that as an example. I had another example come up too, but the first one I got was the abusive relationship. So somebody who's forcefully controlling somebody else so they can't grow, learn, or expand. Okay? Also, this one's gonna hit kind of deep, and I'm really sorry for it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Number 7, right? Willfully impeding the enlightenment and growth of another, even if it's religion. I'm going to say that again. Religion. Religion has a way of keeping you in a box so that you can't grow. You can't be fully enlightened. They use fear tactics to keep you under control by saying there's hell, which doesn't exist. It's actually a state of mind. I just talked about it. Keeping yourself stuck in a perpetual state of hell. That is mental. You do that. Hell is not a place as a physical place where you go when you die. It doesn't exist. You're basically in hell here. So, other ways for someone to impede your enlightenment would be to put you down for wanting to grow, calling you stupid, calling your growth or the knowledge that you've learned stupid, dumb, putting you down because of it, making you feel less than because of the path that you're choosing. And we know a lot of people like that, don't we? That is on the list of worst karmic choices a person can make. So choosing to put someone down because of their beliefs, not allowing them to grow, not allowing them to think for themselves. Anything else? I can't think of anything else at the moment. So I'll move on to number 8. So number 8, worst karmic choice a person can make. Willfully choosing to maintain a state of spiritual ignorance by actions or inactions. That means ignoring your own intuition. That means ignoring what goes on in your heart chakra. That means ignoring what your guides are trying to tell you. You're willfully choosing to stay in a perpetual state of hell. And nobody can serve karma like God. You know? So, just to recap, number 1 was choosing to hate the Creator. Number 2, willfully destructive towards self and others. Number 3, entertaining negative thoughts. Number 4, speaking in a foul or negative manner in front of others. Abusive. Like, we're talking verbal, what am I trying to say? Verbally attacking people, right? Number 5, ignoring the plight of those less fortunate. Number 6, teaching or practicing dark arts. Number 7, willfully impeding the enlightenment and growth of another. Number 8, willfully choosing to maintain a state of spiritual ignorance by actions or inactions. So, that's enough negativity. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and light sage because yuck. I'm going to get into the 10 best types, or wise karma. What is it? Extremely healthy karma choices. 10 extremely healthy karma choices. Karma. Say karma. Okay. Whatever. Alright. What are wise choices for karma? Especially if we've been stuck in states of perpetual hell, right? Pray often, meditate often, number 1. Pray often, meditate often. Acknowledge your Creator. Acknowledge your Creator. Be grateful, right? Oh, sorry, I'm moving ahead. 2, refrain from destructive thoughts. That means we put positive affirmations. We do follow-throughs with our thoughts. If we have negative thinking, then we follow it up with a positive one until we completely retransform our thinking. And since your body is a biological computer, you can be reprogrammed. Yes, you can. So number 3 is be positive. It's a choice. Being positive is a choice. Does that mean everything's perfect? No. Does that mean you're happy all the time? No. Choosing to be happy doesn't mean you're happy all the time. Choosing to be happy means you see the best instead of the worst. You hope for the best instead. That's all it means. You know? Instead of thinking everything is going to fall apart, right? We change that anxiety to excitement and we look forward to the experience instead of thinking something bad is going to happen. That is being positive. It's a choice. It's a choice. Fourth, giving to others less fortunate intentionally. Intentionally going to the homeless and giving them food. Intentionally helping someone out. Intentionally listening to your inner guidance if you're drawn to do something to help another human being, animal, or whatever it is. Yes, plants, animals, all of that is included. Humanity. We're talking all of humanity here, okay? 5. We're talking about the income here, and it is what it is. We talk about tithing in church, right? So number 5 is giving away 10% to the light. And I don't want you to guys think that it's like church where you have to tithe. That's a little different. They kind of are using the universal law, but they're using it for themselves in a selfish manner. A lot of the people that take tithes from you keep it for themselves, and that's not what we're supposed to do. Giving 10% to the light is paying that person, that fledgling teacher, that buying her master class, right? Buying somebody's master class. That is going on Etsy and buying stuff from somebody who's a mom or a mom and pop shop, right? That is giving of the light too, okay? When we're going to the stores and we're spending our money for corporations, we're feeding that energy to a dark entity, basically. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to be censored. But I mean, you can see how the corporation it's the system. And we don't want to feed into the system. We don't want to feed into the matrix. We want to feed into humans. We want to feed into people. This is why it's important to donate your money, your time, your energy. It's not just money, it's energy. Giving away your time and energy like I'm doing this video. This is giving of myself. This is giving 10% to the light. This is me paying my tithe, if you want to look at it like that. So, that's number 5. Number 6 is speaking powerful, positive words. This is taking affirmations to the next step. Now, you might think, yeah, I mean, honestly, we might think automatically we need to tell other people, which we do, but most of the time, we're worse to ourselves more than anybody. We beat ourselves up more than anybody. So a lot of the powerful and positive words that you've been giving to other people, you need to put into yourself. You need to put into yourself for a while. That's also giving people compliments. I'm getting like smiling at people, holding the door open for people, giving people compliments out of the blue, being grateful for a service and saying thank you for the service, right? Thank you for my food. Saying thank you is so important, right? So, speaking powerful, positive words, which is simple. We were taught that in freaking kindergarten to say please and thank you. There you go. Number 7, have a good sense of humor. And our sense of humor is under attack. I hope you guys know that. It's one of the basic human traits is to be sarcastic, is to be playful, is to joke around, is to have fun, and not always be serious. But on here, on this platform, on most platforms, most people and AI are so serious. It's like robotic, you know? I know that that's for a reason so that we can see that, but the truth is we are meant to have a sense of humor. We are meant to be playful. We're meant to have that the open heart chakra, not closed. When we have a closed heart chakra, we're closing ourselves off from the sunlight of the spirit, which is basically where we get our sense of humor, our joy, our playfulness. If we're not being and living in our authenticity, we're also not able to be joyful and playful because we're worried about living up to other people's expectations. I mean, I could go on to this, I could go on for a while on that. I'm just being honest. Our sense of humor is under attack. So don't let them take it. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. Number 8, be in the sun. Be in the sunlight. That's right. Be in the sunlight. You know, I mean, I'm not saying go sit in the sun and burn yourself to a crisp, but be in the sun. Build your tolerance up. If you've been an office worker like me, where I went years, because I worked a graveyard shift too, so I went years without living in the daylight. I seriously was cut off from the sun. I slept all day. I was up all night. I just did, and that's how I did it for several years. And that right there, that takes it away. I mean, you got to go out and live. Look at that. Just sitting here. But it's so important. The sun heals us. Okay? And we need to build our tolerance to the sun. No, we do not need to sit outside all day and get burnt to a crisp. But we do need to be out in the sun, and we do need to build our tolerance to the sun. It's really important. Okay? Number 9, work on personal growth. Working on personal growth is as simple as learning what your zodiac chart is. What is your human design? There's gene keys. There is just basic journaling, okay? Figuring out what you like or do not like. Allowing yourself to grow. Allowing yourself to change and evolve. Allowing yourself to like new things. Allowing yourself to move. These are so important. Working on yourself can be simply deciding to write affirmations on the mirror, deciding to learn something about yourself. Our self-love has been under attack for so long that we feel it's selfish just to take care of our own wants and needs. Okay? Not everybody, but some of us have been beat down to basically be afraid to say what we need, what we want. All right? And that goes into the negative consequences for, impeding someone else's growth and enlightenment. And this is why we want to focus on ourselves more than we want to focus on other people. We want to start with self-love here. That's just sage. All right. So, number 10, be kind. Be kind. Be nice. Be friendly. Be approachable. Let people come up to you. Let people be silly with you. Right? Being kind is allowing people to be themselves. Being kind is allowing somebody to be silly, right? To let their sense of humor out. It is about allowing the other person to be authentic. Being a good karmic partner. We can get into that. I didn't write any notes on that, but our karmics, we're born into karmics. I'm not going to get into, twin flames or anything like that, but we are born into karmics. We're not meant to stay in every single person's life, even if they consider themselves siblings, parents, grandparents, aunts, brothers, whatever, sisters, whatever. All right? Not everybody is meant to stay in our lives. All right? And what happens when you start keeping somebody around that isn't meant to be in your life is you're going to get that negative karma perpetuation. All right? It's going to feel uncomfortable for both of you. All right? Let's see. Let me sit here. I don't know if I'm going to pull cards for you guys or not, but I do want to end this part of the reading, or this part of the video. This was what I received from spiritual healing. All right. When I first woke up in 2020, spiritual healing was the first thing I took. It was the first thing I wanted to learn about because I knew automatically then that I was a healer. And so I was on Gaia and I watched it. It's called Secrets of Spiritual Healing with Dr. Mitchell Gibson. I found these videos on YouTube and I think I have them saved on there. I'm going to be honest with you. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find it because that's where I got this information from. And now it's from 2007. And now I found out, yeah, I'm not going to do it right now while my video is going. But yeah, I don't want to do that. Sorry guys, I'm not going to do that. So, Dr. Mitchell Gibson, Secrets of Spiritual Healing. All right? If you can read that. That's where I got this information. Okay? Let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else I'm gonna... Anything else here I need to share? Yeah. So, everybody on the spiritual path is considered an initiate. I'm learning so much, you guys. Before 2020, I honestly didn't even know what a chakra was. I'm living proof that you can grow and excel and learn and evolve and ascend even if you had no idea, even if you don't know what this stuff is. It doesn't matter. We all are ascending. It is a choice that we are making. And if you're choosing to watch this video, then you're definitely ascending. All right? Because people who are not ascending are just not interested in such things. You can tell. You can tell. Usually the people that are not ascending are trying to shut us up. But that's not going to last forever. Alright? Let me see the ending here. I am going to finish with the summary from this book, okay? This is not a novel, it's a textbook. And I'm going to finish up with the summary. Okay? The law of cause and effect relates to our freedom of choice. While we have free will to choose our actions in life, we are held responsible by the law of cause and effect, the law of karma. The difficulty most of us experience is learning that we have the ability to choose our outcomes and to develop the mastery over our behaviors needed to achieve positive results. In this sense, humans are provided the capability of moving beyond the third dimension and experiencing higher dimensions, which we are no matter what at this point. Well, those of us that are ascending, right? Unfortunately, not everybody ascends, okay? And we'll get into that. If you have any questions or concerns or need to reach out, let me know. I'm here for you, okay? Okay. So, now, the final bullets I'm going to read. Okay. Nothing occurs by chance or outside the law of cause and effect. We are responsible for creating our own reality. For every action produces a reaction. Sounds familiar? We can learn to identify the events in our lives that are the result of current behaviors, the result of past karma, or tests of initiation for spiritual growth. Developing the strength of our will and the clarity of our goals provides us with the power to create our own reality. When we have not developed spiritual awareness, we will remain trapped in separating behaviors which inhibit our growth. We are controlled by the wills of others. We lack self-confidence, and it becomes a struggle to change our stereotypical behaviors. As we begin to achieve higher level of consciousness in our lives, we are provided with lessons and experiences that enhance our spiritual growth and move us towards mastery, which is the ultimate outcome for karma, okay? There's a reason behind all of it and a divine plan, okay? And lastly, we gain control over our lives by avoiding extreme behaviors, developing a strong will and sense of purpose, and staying centered, calm, and peaceful at all times, which sounds like a chore, doesn't it? But it is possible. Coming from a person who was constantly triggered by people, places, and things, I'm no longer triggered by things that used to really trigger me, right? It can happen. It does happen. Growth is possible. We are all ascending, all right? I'm going to go ahead and close it there with this video. I hope this was helpful. If you need me, please reach out, JoyClaborn1111 at proton.me, all right? And I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I can be here next weekend, all right? Bye, guys. Have a good one. Peace.